Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
L'Amérique a pas loupé yo. Quand il y a Sylvie, il a quoi que j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique a pas loupé. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi nous deux. En ce moment, on va battre au moins néo. Mon temps d'hier, t'as mon moyen. ça va bien faire moins d'y croire. Mais là, l'aucun yo. Quand on soit du roi, allez, envoyez, attire le roi. Et là-haut, abela l'aucun yo. Vivito Jobai, Vivito Namba, Martissimo Peyo. Manager Gigi, ouais, t'es jamais forcé. Si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco, Nosca Yassin de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Vivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Labra Public Radio. I want to thank all. Please share this video. We really appreciate all of you again tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in to Labra Public Radio. Please share this video to as many people as you can, and because it's very important that we have these kinds of conversation among ourselves. Friends, brothers, please share this video. Share this video to many people. So, brothers and sisters, come and watch us again tonight. Join us, and we're gonna have a wonderful, wonderful conversation as usual. So stay, and share. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. Specifically, thank you for the holiday that is coming. Our family, everybody is here, and we say thank you. Thank you, my Lord. That's all we can do. Every day we wake up, we have to thank you. Every day we go to sleep, we have to thank you. Because of you, we are here. Thank you. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for the long life you give us. Continue to give us the long life, my Lord. Give us the opportunity to work hard. Give us the strength to work hard. Give us the strength to be able to wake up every day and go to work. Because of you, we are not concerned. Because you are the one that have control. Thank you to be our Father. Thank you to be our provider. Thank you to be our security. Thank you for everything. We get behind that wheel every day. You're there driving with us. Thank you. Thank you. People coming towards us as we drive, you're there guiding. Thank you. Thank you. As we get to work, we sit down behind our decks. You give us the strength to work hard. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Oh, yes. My Lord, we're going to continue to ask you, please bless the Republic of Liberia. Bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Bless President Wakai. Strengthen him. Give him long life. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, we ask, my Lord, that he be blessed. He's doing it on our behalf. We ask, whatever it is he's going on with, bless him. Give him long life. Touches his heart, touches his hand, control, guide in whatever he does in the interest of the Liberian people. We ask that you bless the whole country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, folks, again, we want to thank all of you that tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio tonight. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing here to have. The saga at the Liberian Capitol building continue. But I'm going to talk to you tonight about some serious stuff that's happening in Liberia. And perhaps many people are not paying attention to that. But we will do this here very quickly. Go on what they call Daily Observer. No war coming to Liberia. These are some of the, before I go reading the article here, these are some of the reasons why we'll continue to tell you. Corrupt behavior damage the fabric of a country. Corruption does not do well for all of us. It doesn't. In fact, corruption impedes the progress of any nation. Jim, who am I pray to? If I'm praying to God, who am I pray? I'm gonna pray to you, James. I'm gonna pray to you. I beg you, man. Don't get me started right now, because you got to pray. The Spirit stay in me. Come back 20, 30 minutes from now. Come back in 30 minutes or so. The Spirit stay in me. Yeah, I will deal with you tonight. All right, Jay. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. He said, the old man always praying to his camera. My man, God knows where we stand. So I don't have to come here. But I like to open my show with a prayer. To be honest with you, not only am I asking God to guide my thoughts, because when I come here on a very serious note, when I come here to face you guys, I want to be sincere as much as possible. And I have to evoke the name of the Lord as I come here to talk politics and whatever that I'm going to be saying, I hope and pray that whatever hatred that I have in me as a human being, that God will put that aside for the moment. That's what I do these things here. But thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching, Jay. We appreciate it. So anyhow, corruption does not allow people to develop. Corruption does so many bad things for the community. Most importantly, if a corrupt behavior, corruption doesn't have to do with money, taking people money. That's not a necessary problem with it. Jim, when I close my eye, how I will see God? When I close my eyes, I can't do that. Everybody look now. I close my eye. I can't do. You don't have to. God for me is in you. It's in you. When people are not looking, what you do behind the scene is what God said. I don't worry about me closing my eye. Jim, you can say close my eye, close my head. I don't care. As long as you tell me to close your mouth, that's fine. But let me go on, Jim. I'm not gonna remind you tonight. I'm here to make play here tonight, Jim. I want to be serious. I don't want to be play with anybody here tonight, Jim. So take that tabata and take it somewhere. I don't want to make play here tonight. Jay, I hear you. We'll take that into consideration. Okay. When the corrupt behavior, not necessarily for money, but the act of a corrupt practices, those who are responsible for the community, if they decide to engage into corrupt practices, they tend not to pay attention to the well-being of the society, to the well-being of the community. And this is exactly what we're having in Liberia. Let me read this and I'll tie into this here. No war coming to Liberia. Ever Chief of Staff, LA's Liberian fear, joined U.S. ambassador to conduct area patrol visit to Lofa, other counties. Quite recently, the Chief of Staff and the American ambassador flying all over the country because people thought that war was coming, of what was happening between Guinea and Liberian border. The Guineans flew in Liberia, arms to the teeth, to extract their citizens, they said. And people were concerned. On the other hand, those lawmakers that needed to be brief and take this thing serious and work with the armed forces and work with the Liberian Senate and work with the Liberian executive to find solution. They're fighting for position. They took their eyes off of the ball. They were there fighting for position. Who's going to be speaker and who's not going to be speaker? In the process, the Guineans, they're seriously trying to take advantage of it. And this is what it's saying. In response to rumors of war from Liberia-Guinea border, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia, Brigadier General Davidson F. Fowler, has urged calm among Liberians, reassuring them that there is no war coming to Liberia. For these people to be at this type of rumor, to hit that stage, and you might consider a rumor, but it must have touched a nerve for the Chief of Staff to get involved, for the American embassy to be involved. And the ambassador of the U.S., he's not going there just by himself. He's taking some military advisor with him. You think that small thing you're playing with over there? You're sitting down there every day. Majority black, minority black, Kofa black, Kun black. That black, the people coming. There is no war coming to Liberia, General Fire said in a statement Sunday evening as he brushed aside rumors that Guinea junta were crossing into Liberia to destabilize the country. The rumors were fueled by a recent security tension that erupted between Liberia and Guinea over the presence in Liberia of Abraham Chirakaris, an alleged coup plotter who wanted to topple the junta government of Guinea. Reports later emerged that Kafro was turned over to Guinea authority. However, the assurance from the AFA High Command comes in a wake of a huge deployment of military presence in Lofa County near the border, and a joint confirmatory area patrol visited by the Chief of Staff and the Ambassador of the United States, Mark Turner, to some strategic location in Liberia to verify and ensure safety of the population. You think that small thing? Or the people, they just got money, they don't want to waste money. They don't want to waste money. While the people are doing it, you're fighting over position, fighting over jobs, fighting over money. But yet, these are some of the things when you give people power who perhaps don't know how and where and when to apply that power to benefit the people. This is what you get. This is what you get. We have a country. We have leaders. And they are unable to lead. Okay? So go on how do you call it? Daily Observer and read that. Let me go back to this debacle that is happening. The Supreme Court of Liberia, not the Supreme Court of United States. The Supreme Court of Liberia put an order in place. Status quo ante. the Supreme Court of the United States, when you go put it on there, they cannot put status quo ante on the legislation of the United States. It's not the same as Liberia. It's not the same as Liberia. So if you're going to read that and try to apply it to Liberia, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Now, what's interesting about this status quo ante, whatever it is, first of all, like for me, someone who like to learn, I really do appreciate this. That, even though it's slowing things down, but it's helping to educate us. The process itself is a process that we believe will be helpful in terms of understanding the law. So the Supreme Court have issued, I say, the clerk to send that to the Justice Ministry and the Justice Ministry Attorney General to convey that to the others, to the legislature. They didn't even say what black, majority black, minority black, no black. They don't even say what black. They just send it to them. Okay. Okay. So the point is, while we're trying to say who right and who not right, in the meantime, the Guineans government trying to eat our lunch. And here's the interesting thing here. The US government is also looking at us to say these people are able to even defend themselves. They can't even feed themselves. How are they going to defend themselves? Okay, so that's a very interesting point. Okay, so here I say, who owns the gap? Capital of Monrovia. Over a month has passed since the political impasse erupted in the House of Representatives, blah, 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 majority, blah, 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 blah. Who owns the gap? Okay. So the question here, my brothers and sisters, for me, is the illegal election that these people, and I really don't understand Richard Cohn at all. I really don't understand Richard Cohn. I believe he's an educated person. I don't know him. I believe he's an honorable man. I don't know him. But to come in at this time and raise your left hand and say you're the speaker and claim that you're the speaker without removing the elected speaker, what sense does it make? What sense does it make? You and Franti Kofa went head to head and you were defeated. Is this a way that you want to be speaker anyhow? And then people say, but Mr. Toh, his colleague asked him, do you want him to say no? No. But in this type of time, as a good leader, from my perspective, as a good leader, oh, the chief himself, Victor B. Smith, good evening, sir. Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see your writing. I miss you too. Good evening. I hope everything is well with you, my brother. That's my brother, Victor Smith. But anyhow, let me go back. So, from my perspective, this type of time, you and Franti Kofa went head to head. He defeated you. So, in the minds of many of the young people, many of your colleagues, you are a second opposition. Top, at the very top of the opposition block, whatever it is. You do not inject yourself in this position, knowing fully well that there are legal ramifications on your action, knowing fully well that Liberians are watching, and you almost became a speaker. You should have taken a back seat And let those who said the majority, you can even be part of them. But to put your left hand on and say, yes, I'm a speaker, it's ridiculous. You're Abu Khadi. You are the Abu Khadi of the legislature group. Abu Khadi. And you shouldn't be that. Because people take you serious. Richard Kuhn, people believe you're a serious person. Why will you bring yourself? Mr. So can't put forward with me, man. My brother Victor Smith and Mr. Why are you asking for Mr. So for? You see, Victor, you must have come to reply now. You must have come to reply now. Why are you asking for Mr. So for? Because you can't make it with me. This is my show. Don't ask for people, the renegade. I call here a group renegade. You know what they try to do to me here? They try to find the block, majority black, to unseat me as a board chairman. Because let me just tell you now, Mr. So and his people are trying to find a majority black to unseat me, and we're in it. No, but Mr. So is on assignment. Usually Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday is my day. Conversation with Samson too, and Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is his time. How to call it? Freedom Watch, or whatever new show he has. So those are the day, Victor. But anyhow, let me go on. So Mr. Kuhn, what he has done here, he reduced himself to the level that many Liberians will call it some kind of platoon. Some kind of platoon. Yeah, they found a majority black, Victor. Because they, what? That's true? Yeah, that's true. Victor, you know something to be more. But anyway, yeah. So, on a very serious note, Richard Kuhn, what he has done, after this thing finished, in Frantikova, which most likely will win the case, Richard Kuhn will not smell he will not even come close. The next time there's an election, Richard Kuhn people will not even look at him because he's too much Abu Khadi. You would think Richard Kuhn, who would he put a hat in the ring, and he have voters, he have people voting for him. In this type of situation, what conflict is ensuing? Where people are abusing each other? Where people are pretty much at lockerhead? And you gonna come and put your left hand up and say you're a speaker? You continue. Is this why you were elected, Richard Kuhn? Is that why you were elected? You're supposed to be a respectable person, an educated person. My understanding. Why will you put yourself at this position? If this thing goes south on you, you have ruined your ability to lead. You're not a good leader. You're not a good leader. You are a fighter, but the community, the legislature community don't need fighters. They need people with brain. They need people who will find solution to problem. You can't put yourself in that. You don't want people to count on to say you do good for Liberia. You're Abu Khadi. You are an Abu Khadi. You're not somebody that people can count on and say Rachel Kuhn will develop some ideas. You can't put yourself. What kind of embarrassing situation you find you put yourself in here, sir? How are you going to redeem yourself now? You're not going to win. The majority of black is not. They're not going to win. Frantikova most likely doesn't even want that position anymore. Most likely, Frantikova is not going to. Even if he wins, he's going to leave. But he's going to leave on his own term. This is what you need to understand. So who advising you? Who advising you, Mr. Kuhn, Rachel Kuhn? Who advising you? You're supposed to seek the advice from the liberal, from people like me, to help you. Because I would have told you stay out of it. Stay with them as a majority black, be one of the members, but stay out of the leadership position. Because this is not time for you to try to take the leadership in a conflict situation. So Rachel Kuhn, begin. I thought you said they say he's smart, though. But what you show here, it's something else. Oh. It's something else. It's something else. What you show here is something else. Because if you are smart, okay, you know very well. The majority of black is not following. You're not small boy. You knew very well that they're not following the Constitution. That they said they're going to sit aside. They don't want to sit under the gavel of Speaker Kofa. Granted, fine. You almost won the election. You went head to head with Flanty Kofa. Then you come into speakership through the back door. Victor, that the Alfonso Soul you asked for, you the one writing now. The Alfonso Soul, who you think was a good person? You see kind of writing there. Let me go back to this. Richard Kuhn, perhaps you don't understand. And this is where even, they're putting, President Waka putting your hand up, perhaps it was a mistake, to be honest with you. So, Frantikova, just like you have a majority black, Frantikova also have a black. So you want to tell me that you are speaker only for the majority black? What's about the other representative that was elected? What are you going to do with them? You're going to fire them? What kind of embarrassing situation you find yourself in? So, who are you, Mr. Kuhn? See, when y'all do this thing, you're the one that really messing our country up. To be honest with you. Because you're not a small potato. You sought the speakership of the Republic of Liberia, the House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia. You put your hands up and people follow you. To say, yes, Richard Kuhn is a leader. We believe in you. Then you come into the speakership through the back door. That the one you want people to say, yeah, Richard Kuhn is a man. You got to put your left hand up. What kind of business is this? That you're making Liberia to suffer. You almost became a speaker. You hear Guinea, you hear the Liberian ambassador. You see this? Yeah, we'll suffer. We'll be in the suffering business for long. Okay, we'll be in the suffering business for long. Somebody, yeah, thank you for the information. They say police are at the Capitol building right now. Thank you for the information. If they're true, that's a sad day. But we'll stay in the suffering business for a long time. So you now come to the speakership through the back door. Granted. So what happened to the other representative that I will cover? How are you going to bring that on board with you? You supposed to be the one. Look at Musa Belete. If they stay Finney and Franti Kofa, Speaker Kofa leave, Musa Belete will be the next speaker. He will beat you. Recheku, watch it and say something to. Forget about liberal business. Forget about Bloku business. Samson to. Watch it and say something to. Say, if you go head to head with Musa Belete will flock you. You can bring all your Unity Party members. Musa Belete will flock you because you do not possess the leadership ability that people tell you have. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, Recheku. Ridiculous. You are not a small potato. An educated man. Don't you know when to put your hands up? Among all your peers, they respected you. And they say, yes, what will you? Go with Flanty, go against Flanty Kofa. And you did. You didn't succeed. That's fine. But in this type of conflict, where your colleagues are going head to head with each other, almost coming to blow. After this is done, you expect Marvin, even if you're successful, you expect Marvin Cole to come work with you? Yeah, for peace sake, you will say, okay. But inside, you know what the Crumpler say? Say, let's see in your hand. They say, what's in your heart? How you will cultivate the leadership, I mean the friendship and relationship with other people. You will not be able to. Because first of all, they don't trust you. They don't trust you. Richard Kuhn, why are you trying to muddy the water like this here? And look at this kinds of stuff. What is happening between Guinea and Liberia? And now over here, the American ambassador was involved. You, the opposition, top guy, Francis Kofa will say, Richard, can't go with me. And you're going right with look at these people. Look at this. Look at this kind of nonsense you're putting us in. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this kinds of mess you're putting in. The American ambassador, the chief of staff were going from county to county. The speaker is not there. The president pro tempore is not there. Because of the confusion you got in the Capitol building, they can't even talk to you. They're bypassing you. And you call yourself lawmaker. What law you're making? Lawbreaker? What is this? What is this? Are we cursed? Are we cursed? Liberian people trusted you all and say, these are our best. I'm not going to criticize you to say you're not the best. You're the best. Because Liberian people elected you. These are our best. This is how you repay Liberians for electing you by having this kinds of conflict every 6 years or so. Francis Kofa will teach you a lesson. Speaker Kofa, he don't want that position. I know he don't want that position again. He's done. But he will teach you a lesson. You have to obey the rule. Unless Supreme Court come tomorrow and say you're right. As soon as the Supreme Court say you're right, Francis Kofa will leave. But Supreme Court cannot rule in your favor. And here's the interesting thing, Rachel Kuhn, what would really, really bring you down, would disgrace all of you. Yes, the executive will not disobey. If the Supreme Court comes tomorrow and said, look, these are constitutional matter, and therefore we are ruling on the constitutionality of this issue. The executive will say, fear. The executive will not even open your mouth. That budget you got, they will grab it from you and give it to Francis Kofa. Even if Francis Kofa ain't got any quorum. What is this? We don't want to sit under the gavel of the press of the current speaker, and therefore we're going to elect our own. You think that how people can run? Richard Kuhn, man, you should know better than that. You don't want to verify the whole thing here. The whole blog issue, I'm very with it. You don't want to verify, because you're supposed to be the big man in the room to guide them. To guide Richard Kuhn, you embarrass me, man. You embarrass me. I don't even know you, but you embarrass me. Because for somebody who goes, you went against Francis Kofa in the House of Representatives, 73 of you guys, and there was only 2 of you. So that means they have trust in you. You're supposed to be there to guide them. Then you left Thomas Farah coming from Deputy Speaker and coming to guide you. Then you putting your left hand up in front of Thomas. That's embarrassment. Thomas Farah, that's sedition. Your unit, Richard Kuhn, something happened to you. Something happened somewhere. And it's unbelievable. You surprised me. You embarrassed me. It surprised me. But, again, the Liberian put their best foot in front. They see where they do football business. They see thing they do there. They go and collect all feces to go. They can't. Why they can't even ask people like Aaron Bluffer then? Say how you used to do it. Let Aaron Bluffer lecture you. Then you can come bring good players there. They got some players all over the country that can play better football than the people. Every time you only even get seen here. You're going to be a 5-0, 2-0, 1-0. You'll come back home, then you call yourself Lone Star. No, losing star. Lone Star, my foot. Losing star. Because you're not doing anything. When people have money, then used to play. Eh? When people have Mama Musa, then used to play. Eh? The football caught to order. Your young people nowadays, they text you, fluke, you flying in the air. That they not care your mind, pa. The one red car every day. You see that red car you all play football with? Yeah, man. No, man. My people, they're really embarrassing me, man. They're really, really embarrassing. I fall back on the. They see what they do the football business. The same thing they're doing with the government business. You take all the fee and put it on the fee. Then you think you will win. Who in the House of Representatives are even thinking critically for the development of the country? Show me one representative that have put forth some from the Senate that, man, please, I don't want to go there. Show me one representative to say this is what this person has put in place. And it's you're all every day. We got Chinese coming, we got Korean coming, we got Nigerian coming, we got Ghanaian coming, we got everybody coming to Liberia to make money and take the money back to their various countries while we're there begging. And we have representative. The whole second black, fourth black, whatever black, it got nothing to do with creativity. Nothing. They don't have it. Nothing. Funny flip. If you don't have, and the West, they even got sheen face. They put these people in power to say, Liberian people say, okay, these are our best. Where's the best? What are you showing us here? The president, the father of the nation, came to power. Instead, all of you have to work and develop ideas and come up with some strategic move that will move Liberia to the next level. You're there, $45,000 car here. Okay. Gas slip here. Okay. I bet you're probably, you can make that law back around alcohol and chikizu for your free. I will do it too. You got people, logging company are exploiting Liberia. You're not saying nothing. Go. The people take gold and diamond out of Liberia. You're not saying nothing. When they bring construction business, all you look for is what's in it for me. You want position on the committee to serve on the committee so you will make the money you want to make. Yet you claim to be serving for the people of the Republic of Liberia, but you're seeking your own interest. The good thing I feel good about is that Liberian better days are ahead of us. Because I'm in this, I'm running my mouth. And every night I run my mouth, some smart people will come and make comments. Some smart people will call and make comments. But they're steady. They're bettering off themselves. They will join you. Liberia is not going to remain like that. You're still, okay, Liberia, that anything mean. You'll take it, you'll go. You'll take it, you'll go. The better days of Liberia is ahead. Liberia is not going to remain suffering like this forever. What kind of business is this? What you want? And then we're hearing now that now the book people, they call themselves loyal. But the constitution that says if you want to remove your speaker, these are the procedures. They didn't look at that one out. That one apply. That one they didn't teach you in the law school. No, that's what we're going for. We're going, the one the people taught us is that separation of power. Separation of power, my foot. Separation of power, my foot. The Constitution gave the Supreme Court the final arbitration of constitutional issue. They didn't say formal arbitration of Samson to girlfriend, Samson to this and that. No. Formal arbitration of constitutional issue. So, this particular situation, and I'm not a lawyer, but I got big mouth. This particular situation, why would you say that it's not constitutional? It has nothing to do with constitutional issue. The Constitution says if you're going to remove your speaker, you must have 49 to 10 or 48 point something, 48.7 something. You can't get it. But you say we're going to remove it anyway. With a lawmaker, but we're not going to respect that part of the Constitution. So Franti Kofa, being as smart as he decided. He said, look at the children there. You call your children, oh. Look at the children there. Let me show them something. He went to the Supreme Court. Okay? He went to the Supreme Court. When he got to the Supreme Court, he tell the Supreme Court, this is what the people doing. It's illegal. He didn't tell the Supreme Court, say, you can't help me. He said, I'm asking you. If you feel that these people are doing something that is legal, please state so. If it is illegal, please state so. So the Supreme Court come out and say, we haven't looked into the case yet. But in the meantime, everybody go to their original position. Then you'll say, Supreme Court ain't got business to tell us what to do. Yeah? You got another thing coming. The only issue here, if President Walker, this is also going to affect his legacy. Believe me, if President Walker and the executive decide to if the Supreme Court, only if the Supreme Court comes out tomorrow or whatever time and say what you guys are doing is illegal, and he said, no, we're not going to respect that. We're a sovereign entity. We're a separate branch of government. The Supreme Court had nothing to do with our business. Supreme Court, knowing fully well, this is most likely what they're going to rule. They will turn this. They will not say we rule because we think there is such. No. This is the constitutional crisis and this is a constitutional issue. Therefore, we are ruling on the constitutionality of their action. They're not even going to call your action illegal. But they will tie around the Constitution. It is constitutional crisis. And we are ruling based on the constitutionality of this issue. Now, when they put that kind of language in their writing, the executive got nothing but to enforce the rule of law. The executive will come up and say, okay, sorry guys. The executive will say, we are here. First of all, President Obama will say, I'm a law-abiding person, and I will do everything possible to obey the rule. And the Supreme Court has ruled this. Whatever decision the Supreme Court placed out there, will abide by. And then, Richard Cohn, let me come back to you again, my brother. With your left hand up as a speaker, that left hand will remain up for a very long time, my brother. Because President Walker would say, I'm not going to do business with you. But here's what I'm going to conclude on that and then move on to another subject matter. President Walker, as smart as he is, the president of the nation, the father of the nation, someone who believes in the rule of law, someone who also believes in peace, we invite you guys, after the Supreme Court rules, we invite you guys to now say, let's have a conversation. What's going on here? What's going on here? President Walker would then ask, what's going on here? Why are we having this problem? And then you guys gonna now go and try to have a conversation with President Walker. And President Walker will now say, okay, I understand. What is the solution? Richard Kuhn, by that time you will be in the bike of all the conversation. You will not be ahead in this conversation. You will not. Francisco will tell President Walker, if you want me to participate in this conversation, because Francisco already have the law on his side, so he's going to tell you, if you want me to participate, I don't want Kofa. What's his name? Richard Kuhn to come sit side by side. He's not a leader. And the majority of black will say, oh, that's the leader we got. And then they will tell you, oh, you're not serious yet. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Folks, I send a link out. I send everybody a link. They're not coming. Okay. You think liberal ain't want to talk? I can talk. So, let's go back now on to this whole issue with the Guinea situation. You know, when you do these things and you do it right, you always survive and you always succeed. The American ambassador, I'm sure he was not going to just take the chief of staff and say, let's go fly. You see, this is what you don't understand. Richard Kuhn, you really, I don't know what happened to you, but I'm a little bit concerned. Because you're from the Southeast. Speaker Kofa from the Southeast. The American ambassador, most likely, if you guys were not in the kind of snafu, debacle, whatever you want to call it, the ambassador would have contacted Speaker Kofa. Speaker Kofa will allow deputy to stay in Monrovia and be in charge. But Richard Kuhn would have been selected, would have been asked to go with Speaker Kofa, the ambassador, and the chief of staff and fly all over. Most likely, because the house will be in order, most likely the pro tem would have been invited as well. And then the conversation will be, while you guys are flying all over the country, you guys would have been able to find solution of the problem. You think the stuff will die down? They're coming from North, Niger, Malian. You think if they think that happen in the Middle East, that the only place they're stopping? Look at Nigeria and Boko Haram. You think that is the only place? They're coming. They're coming. And you're not ready. You will not be ready. And you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. We don't have that many soldiers to protect us. But if you are together as a group, as a leader, you will find suitable solution that Liberia going to trust in. But you think a Guinea come right now, and Guinea say, I'm going to start war with Liberia. Which one of the Liberians that will want to go volunteer? They will only volunteer because of patriotism, because of their heart for Liberia. Not because of you. You run $45,000 why would I want to protect you? To do what? To do what? You don't pass law to benefit me. When it rains, I'm not going anywhere. My children are not in school. Why should I take a gun to go sacrifice my life to protect your position? For what? Tell me why you think Liberians, if you are not patriotic Liberians, why you think they will sacrifice themselves for you to continue to do what you're doing? What is it that you think that Liberians should sacrifice for you? For what? For what? For what? Liberians, their children are not in school. When you rain, they're not going anywhere. But yet still, in Monrovia, you're running $45,000 car. When you're ready to pass law, only law that benefit you. When you're ready, you fight over position. When concessionaires come in Liberia, you want the best. You got foreigners running our entity as though we don't exist. And you want Liberian, you think Liberian will go and sacrifice their lives to volunteer because you don't have enough army to protect you. You will want Liberian to protect you. When Guinea to invade, you will want these young people that fought before to come back again. But what are they coming for? What will be your justification for the young people to come fight for you? Yeah, I tried to steal my daughter's car here earlier. I got caught. But anyhow, let's go back. So, why would you think the young Liberians will want to sacrifice themselves? Most of the people, they don't even have it to eat tonight. When you get position, you go look for your own relatives to fill the position. When you get scholarship, you'll find your girlfriend there to fill the scholarship. But you want Liberians to leave from their LU position, to leave from their high school, to leave from their suffering position, to come and fight for you. To do what? To do what? Why would they want to sacrifice? Think about it. You bet on this majority black, non-majority black, blue black, red black. You bet on this thing here for months. And you can't find common solution that your people will depend on. that your people will depend on to find solution for us? Nonsense. Nonsense. The liberals say. Folks, this is just ridiculous. To be honest with you. This is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. Honestly. This is just don't because right now I'm not anymore. I am vexed. This is just ridiculous. Good evening, Mr. So. Thank you for joining me. We appreciate that. I'm just a little bit completely out of it here tonight because the issue with the AFL chief of staff telling Liberia no war coming, it's just a month. It ain't over yet. The Ghanaians might want to take advantage. And my question to these people is, why will you think young Liberians will want to sacrifice their life to protect you, to continue to ride a $45,000 car and continue to get the kind of money you're getting? Why they themselves, many of them are not in school, when it's raining, they can't even move. Why should they fight for you? Except for their love of the country. Mr. So, thank you for joining me. We appreciate it. What's on your mind, sir?
You should be ashamed of yourself. You are a complete disgrace. Hypocrisy at the highest level. Is that Richard Conto you should be crying to? And you think, look.
Because Victor Smith asked for it. That's why you come blue coming here for now. Victor Smith know what to ask, who to ask for.
He's a minister. They know the voices, they know the genuine voices, the authentic voices, not these fake people here. Is that Richard Cohn you're supposed to be crying for? You raise your own alligator. The alligator is out of the zone now, it's full grown, and it's eating its baby.
So let's go step by step. Let's go step by step. Who are we supposed to be talking about? Who you think we need to be? You saying Richard Cohn?
It's Joseph Boycott.
How? I will give you the opportunity tonight to explain to us how.
Yeah. How? Why would you want to blame Richard Cohn? Okay. I said this here from the onset.
Forget about past.
No. It's history is all about the past and the future, and there are many of you are responsible.
Forget about us. Forget about us.
No,
why?
No, we
did what we did. Mr. So, you're not gonna come and try to ruin my show tonight. I'm on the road. People love me, and people are making good. Don't kind of ruin my show tonight.
I understand.
Tell me why you think we shouldn't be.
I understand. I have to lay the foundation of my argument.
Okay, all right.
So, unless you want to have your way.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
You are one of those. You and your disciples, your children, the Hera Costa, the Stanton Waterspoons, because when these big media institutions, these empires, when they are the talking heads of these politicians, who at their expense, you use your skillfulness, you use your voices, you use the might of the microphone, and disadvantage and disproportionate to Liberian to be able to get a clear sense of what was happening. And you brought this old man, and you thought he could be the savior. See how the chaos that we have now seen, even to the most least men who judge we were talking about, we never saw this in the first branch of government. Joseph Boyka is the chief architect of it. He is the facilitator, whether you like it or not. We will say it, and that's exactly what is happening. And you saw that in the chat room, the people put it there. The police have swarmed the Capitol building this evening. You deliberately, on purpose, you decide not to talk about it, and you want to come out here with that sort of liberal message, dry face, Richard Cohn. You should be crying on the executive. Who orchestrated this? Who financed this? Money was induced into the process. You can show George, I don't care. Joy, we are there. Your king, you're modifying, you're doing a different
Mr. So, talk your thing. Talk your thing.
But why would you want to distract me?
I'm not trying to distract you. I'm preparing my response to your talk. Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. You have a man from onset, before he took power, corruption has swarmed and take hold of the country. It started from, you see, that's what people emulate the example of good leaders. Can you get a chance? Let me talk, please. I know you are very uncomfortable where you are now. I understand, but it's not about you. Now, you tend to be like someone of a big, you're in different places at the same time. So
I'll tell you, Clarence, you have to come support my show. That's what you here for. But I will deal with it tonight. Go ahead and make a point. Go ahead and make a tabata point.
So,
no holds back between you and myself. Go ahead.
It is Joseph Boyka who caused Rachel Kuhn to raise his hand.
Thank you.
It is the same executive who, despite, this is so sad. Why should the country to be a lawless country? Like you saw the former minister, the other minister, who your government, Jeremy Pia, and the cause he run away. He's here where he's talking now. This is a mature government that we thought we have, but some of us we have this apprehension. This old man is not in charge of the steer of the wheel.
Thank you.
This is what we have.
Let me reply to your tabata, Mr. So. And this is very serious, sincerely. You see, in this political desperation of you and your kind, in that trying to diminish the hard work of the Liberian people by electing President Baka. Mr. So, President Baka, we agree he was of age. Fine. But what were you expecting us as Liberian? Liberian brought in President Weah, a young man, someone who helped to put Liberia on the map in terms of football business, thereby making Liberia more popular in the entire world. When Liberians were fighting war, killing himself, President Weah will leave Europe and come to Liberia, sacrifice himself to come to Liberia, to show to the Liberian people that yes, indeed, there are people that are out there, Liberians who are doing good. And when the time came, he put his hands up and said, I want to leave. They didn't ask question. He won 14 out of 15 counties. President Baka was defeated massively. Unity Party was kicked out completely. In less than a year, Mr. So, everything started going haywire on us. The corrupt behavior started being exposed. At the end of 2023, it was before us as Liberians. This is one of those, Mr. So, if you don't know. Look at this building. Look at this building. Why Liberian, there is no road in the southeast where the President Weah is from. No road in the southeast. Look at his buildings. When you were playing soccer, did we see this kind of building? No, we didn't. When President Weah was on top of the world, did we see that kind of building? No, we didn't. Mr. So, in your own, like you always say, independent and free-thinking mind, do you think, having had these kinds of opportunities for Liberian to see these kinds of stuff, and this is just an example, and having Samuel 20, the rest of the people, $25 million map up, no hair, no tail. People were being killed, no response from the government. And you want the government and the people, the people of the Republic of Liberia to sit supinely and not do anything? When the old man you refer to, when he came and said, I can help you, at that point, Mr. So, we were drowning. Anybody that comes in and show us the light and say, I can help you, we were ready to hang on to that person. And this is exactly what happened. So please don't come out here every night to try to make us to feel like we should be regretting our action. There's no way. I, Samson told, even though I'm from the southeast, I, Samson told, when I was coaching soccer in Ohio, going to school, because the President Weah, I keep saying it, people used to give me back of rice, pusawa, because they say I'm from Liberia, and President Weah was on top. So I have no reason to go against him. but it's about Liberia. If President Weah will come tomorrow and say, I've changed myself, people will still vote for him. He's still popular. But we could not turn our back on what we were seeing under President Weah and say we're going to bring them back. So don't come out here every day, every night, and say we should be ashamed of ourselves by bringing in this old man, what have you. Even if we were to bring in, if Donald Trump, as inept as he is, if you were to put your hands out in Liberia, we're going to vote for him and put President Weah aside. So, Mr. So, there was no competition. Liberians were just tired. Liberians were just fed up with President Weah and his people and their corrupt behavior. They got sanctioned on many of his friends. Mr. So, you're not a stranger to Liberia corrupt behavior on President Weah. So for you to come here while I'm having my beautiful show to try to tell me that I'm an embarrassment for fighting for this president to be president of the Republic of Liberia. He just been there 1 year. We got more to do. President Wakai will redeem us. So you can come here and talk all your tabata you want. It will not move me. I am not regretting. I am not regretful. I am very, very happy that we have a president. Now, if you're going to come here and talk about the issue that is affecting Liberia, then indeed you have a place here to discuss. Other than that, good night.
Okay. I think I was very gentle, quiet, listen to you, and you talk all you want to talk. It is sad. For one who projected himself to be a chief architect of law and order, has flipped the coins around. And you guys are the facilitator of all of these bad behaviors. Yes, George, we are buildings, whatever. I spoke against it. We talked about it. You and your kid, you and your children, you're praising. But wait a minute. Let me ask a question. Was there a crime committed? If a crime is committed, who is in charge? This is the man who said people will be held accountable. Things will not be as usual as it used to be. We now get to know things are turned upside down on his watch. The law is it's like we are in the Sabibo land. The first branch of government tonight, as we speak, law enforcers. The same people say, oh, we have a Friday. No other branch of government cannot interfere with other people. Where these people, where they come from, who are they, who sent them there? Well, we are not here to shoot anybody. I'm not like you and your followers and your conspirators. If this administration feels that there was any crime, any wrongdoing, that's why you have the chief, they have the attorney general, the minister of justice, who is a defense attorney for the government. They have the right. No one is above the law. What we are saying, we are protecting democracy, and you guys on the other side and are the killers of democracy to want to strangulate people. You deceive your audience. You blew a trumpet here. You were drumming. That's not a work of a radio host. You don't press sync. Your job is to create a narrative, a talking point where the electors, the citizen, will get a broader sense. But guess what you did? You, Samson, told 24/7. You sat on this network. You didn't give us the chance. You never accorded all of the all those that are participating in the process to have their voice. You drown yourself into Unity Party after being rejected and outcast by your own party, Liberty Party. Now you're here now trying to campaign for Musa Bedete and a criminal again in your own word. So you're just all grabbing things, every little thing to hang on for survival. Mr. Toll, look, Liberia is bigger than you and myself and even those that are there. This sort of lawlessness that we are seeing, I mean, this guy just validated the argument of Helen Johnson Sirleaf for not lifting his hands because he's unable to make any decisions of himself. He's unable. And that's exactly what we are saying. People, no, you are talking, I never say anything. Unless you want to kick me out, then show yourself, show your biasness on this network, because you want to make this network to be like it's a talking drum studio for the ruling party. No, LPR is not a resistant media, as every media institution should not be a resistant force. And that's exactly you and your ally on this network you try to do. And then when you finish, you cry. And I will play some of your saying here tonight. Let people hear what you say is in the background. And then when you come here, you want to put out another chameleon face. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Mr. So, you can play all of your tapes from now to Judgment Day. They don't mean anything to me. Like you correct your statement.
This is why you see, this is what
when you were talking, I didn't say anything. But you guys are very good. You guys are very good like that. You guys are very good. No, Mr. So, you will not manipulate this show tonight. You will not come in on this program. This is my show. You will not come in on the program and try to hijack the program. No, Mr. So, you will not listen to me. I will park you in the bike. I will park you in the bike.
You can put me in the garage. Okay. That's why you're.
I didn't say garage. I didn't say. You see, this is what you do. You read now to take my word and turn it off. But let me address you, Mr. So. Why I will say to you, you are not in any position to manipulate this show tonight. We will have a frank conversation. It is not about me. It is not about you. You're quite correct, Mr. So. But let's do this here. Yes, I agree. I was out here as being sincere as I am now. I told the Liberian people who I was at the time, who I am now. I keep Mr. So the liberal is on the floor. Why you want to interrupt? The liberal is not here for friendship. Why you want to interrupt? Give me the opportunity, please. Thank you. So I came here, as you correctly stated, on this platform and told the Liberian people where I was at that time. I told them that I am not supporting a man from the southeast. I am supporting the man from the west. And I gave my reason.
Don't bring your tribal politics here, please.
Mr. So, the liberal is speaking. The liberal is on the floor. You don't want me to mute you right now. The liberal is speaking. So I explained to the people. You said that I was out here I didn't give people opportunity to express themselves and what have you. Whatever, I will give it to you. I'm not even going to dispute that. But when I did those things, when I was dancing for President Buckeye, I was giving reason. I did not hide myself. I did not pretend to be anything other than supporting President Buckeye. I also announced I am not a member of Unity Party. I'm a member of Liberty Party USA. You know that. You have Mr. So please, Mr. Folks, this is what these people will do to us. He will not give me a chance now. He will continue to inject himself into this. Then he say, I'm speaking more than time. When you interrupt, I mean, this is, of course, this is what you guys do. But I will continue to tell you this. Mr. So, when I did those things, I did not hide myself, as I stated already. I'm not taking call right now. I will take call when I'm ready. And if anybody call Mr. So, that will be the end of the show tonight. I'm not playing with you. So,
you're threatening people?
Yes, I am. Whatever you want to call it. Mr. So, let me just tell you this. President Buckeye he put his hands up as old as you guys claim for him to, as old as he is. He puts his hand up. And this is what he told us. What do you have now? He asked me a question, Samson told. Look at the government you have, Mr. Toll. Is this a government that you're willing to live with within the next 6 years? And I said, no. He asked me again. If your answer, Mr. Toll, he said, if your answer is no, what are you willing to do? What are some of the things you're going to do to change? And I said, I will support you. And I threw my weight behind President Buckeye, and then Ambassador Buckeye. President Buckeye, and you want to say here that he's unable to lead. Does he look at somebody who is unable to lead, Mr. So? Because of the conflict of other people, greed, the greediness of other people, you want to wrap it around him. That is when we push back, and we'll push back very strong on that. Mr. So, let me just tell you this. While you have the opportunity, and you have the opportunity to do so, that's for sure. And you also have the right. We are in America. You can challenge anything. Even in Liberia, you have the freedom to express yourself freely. Nobody going to challenge that. Nobody going to take that away from you. What you are not entitled to is your own facts. The facts are there. President Baka came to power to rescue. The facts are there. When President Baka took office, those that were employed by President Baka, they are there. They came in as a manager to help to manage the affair. Now, you're going to accuse President Baka of trying to be somehow involved into this debacle that is happening. Mr. So, you now should be ashamed of yourself. Because President Baka is the father of the nation. President Baka, and Mr. So, when you do these kind of things, then we have to go way deep into history. When was the last time during your killing that was going on? Your senator, Prince Johnson, when you're killing people left and right, when was the last time you saw President Baka? You heard or read about President Baka taking guns. And Mr. So, don't look me. Don't look me. I don't want you to look at me. Don't look nothing. Just sit tight. Let me finish my statement. I will let you respond. When was the last time? He's a peaceful man. He's a peaceful man. Mr. So, it is very sad for the like of you and the rest of the Tabata people to continue to think that this president will fail. Let me do this again.
No, that's not what I think.
Let me finish my statement. Let me do this again before as I conclude here. Do you want us to turn our back on this? Why Liberians were not in school? Why many Liberians was unable to feed themselves? Mr. So. Why there was no role in the Southeast, Mr. So. You wanted us to turn our back on this type of broad day corrupt behavior and bring them back into office. No, we refuse, we reject. Yeah, political issue. Election have consequence. President Baka, we didn't elect President Baka as being the magic wine that he will fix everything.
That's
In
not
fact, Mr. So, I'm getting ready to turn it over to you. If you just be patient, you will have your time. I'm not going to interrupt. President Baka did not claim to be the fix-all. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, I am here to rescue. Now, in the process of rescuing Liberians themselves will want to be rescued. The American can't be pulling you out of the hole, and then you're acting, you and your people acting like a crab. Every time Baka take you out of the hole, they all hold each other, and blue, 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 you all drop down into the hole again. Then the man pick you up, then blue, blue, let the man do it. The man trying to take you out of the hole, you keep going into the one hole, President, we are duck for you. And you think that we don't recognize that, when you think we don't see it, and you're gonna come out here on my beautiful show and try to manipulate the show with your tabata tonight. Unacceptable, Mr. So.
You don't? You see, that's the difference with two of us. More or less, you focus on the entertainment aspect so that people will say, oh, yeah, this is doing. I don't entertain people. We tell people what they need to know. For you, you tell them what they want to hear. And we have long past that. That sort of behavior, what people want to hear, you tell them, hey, this is what get this country to be why it is. And I will look in your face. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're too old to look at thing in reality and still want to reconstruct this sort of crime scene that we see unfolding. Yes, I'm seeing those houses. We frown against it. We talk about it. By the way, who is in charge now of the justice system when crime is committed? Who was in charge? The police director told all cases are going to be open, and some of them were closed. They don't have anything. So who you want us to go back? The gavel is in your hand. You are the executive. You can tell this person, you can find the evidence where you think it is, and you can produce that evidence in a court of competent jurisdictions, and those people can be summoned. The Tuwe, the Magi, and all of that. Okay. So what we're seeing happening now, Black Dragon revenge the death of Bruce Lee. You're talking about Grand Leader role? Are you sure? How many $1 million we're talking about this whole money on who watch? Eh? You want us to remind you what happened to the Ministry of Commerce? The same nepotism we are talking about, the government is swarmed with social family members, and this is why this old man is not taking any action, and there's no indication that he will. Eh? The Minister of Internal Affairs, with all of these cases, really? You don't know the work of the Minister of Internal Affairs who proxy the affairs of the president in the urban area? With those sort of things hanging over there? Are you not aware what we are hearing for the Ministry of Information? Government officials spoke house. All these things that we are talking, all entangled. Who brought these people on board? Were these people vetted? I'm not surprised of Jeremy Pierre. This is the guy who were calling when they were on class reloaded. They were reloading themselves to go into government, and was calling to the extent that people would protest and attack other government officials without going through the judicial process. They are the people today that are governing, and they have a complete disregard for the rule of law. And your president, our president, I never told you that I don't want the president to succeed. I am all for better Liberia, a country where we have no one, including me, you, that you'll be above the law. But guess what? What you guys are doing? You guys feel that you are above the law. And that's exactly this president is doing.
Thank you, Mr. So.
No,
Mr. So, I got to open up for my audience. I'm not here for your all-night tabata. I got to open up for my audience. So go ahead, make your point while I'm waiting for the folks. I'm going to open the line.
Show yourself. Show yourself.
Whatever I've got right now. You're not folks. There's the number.
Show yourself.
Give us a call 916-533.
I know very well you're feeling bad within yourself.
There's nothing here to feel bad about. Go ahead, make your
you don't want to, and that's the thing you do. You're Liberian politicians. You don't like to seek redemption. That's the difference with that's the difference. You will never come here. You're we don't care, and I care. Is that what you're supposed to be saying?
Mr. So, let me caller Samson to hold on. Caller, why am I not
confused?
Caller, confused for what? You? Caller Samson to Labrador Public. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hello, Mr. Tool and Brother So. How you doing there this evening? I see you talking on the issue of Liberia. That is very interesting.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What really on my mind is about the situation going on in Liberia. I know, Mr. Tool, I know that you are making some good points. But
can you hold on? Can you hold on 1 minute? Let me merge this caller, and you can continue with your conversation. Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, make your point, and then the caller will come in.
Make good point. Just we are all the houses that he built and stuff. But what happening now is, like, you and myself used to be on the same camp. You and I love this president that is in power right now. But the whole thing that is unfolding is disappointing, sir. The old man, it seems to be that he's not, or he's looking at evil deeds and turning his back on evil deeds, not making serious comment, not setting example. Anything from the beginning of every organization, if you have an organization and the beginning is not a good one, then that would be like the end. So if the old man really serious to straighten Liberia, he needs to start putting his foot down now.
Thank you.
Just look at what's been happening, man. There are a lot of things that are happening that don't show good of the country.
Thank you.
Taking the speaker out of office with, don't you think he's in the know of the whole thing that's going on? That is Lawrence thing, according to what Mr.
Can you
Stewart
breathe
was talking
here?
about over there. Just that alone, it has that impact. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Let me. You can mute your, you can off yourself. Let's go to the next caller. Caller, go ahead. Samson to Liberal Public. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
You're not happy with the caller again. Oh.
Are you hearing me?
You better talk.
Okay, look.
Oh, I you got your caller there. That one, man.
Sometimes some issue you have to be serious. Not all the time you gotta be joking. This is not joking thing.
Right.
When we talk about 1980 to 1990, 1990 to 2000, these are things that happened. And we are in a same era. It's not time to joke to be played for. Look, even you want a job or you want a job in a government, or even your pal worker, the truth that happened in that country, you can say, hey, Mr. Toe, this is not correct. We're looking at a country that we say things were happening that were not correct. Your campaign, all those things, you're in power. And you see things happen. Listen to the deputy minister that just on the air, and these are scenarios that happen in that country. Ministry, explain those things are happening. And what is the change? People are not going to school because they're the same thing. Hospitals are not having medication. 1 year now. See your complaint on, your campaign on, you're keeping the power, you're doing the worst. Your minister there in the pool swimming, all of them doing play. You hear talking about somebody working like serious person or working like this one. We're not talking about working serious, working serious after your run campaign. We're talking about things that that's not doing, he's not doing.
Okay.
After your run campaign, it's different from what the minister doing, he's not doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh no, Mr. So, 1 minute, please. This thing, you gotta understand, Mr. Toe. When you talk, and somebody talking, I think there's little chase. That bro is not for one person. What you're doing now is 6 years, that's small thing. 6 years, not your small thing you're discussing. So if you're starting at this, do you think you're in it? You're in it? Thank you for the show.
Thank you. Again, folks, the number is there. Give us a call, 916-533-2048. But this is sedition. That's what they do. They don't look at themselves. They don't look at what they have done, how bad they've turned this country. The question that I keep talking and I keep asking Mr. So, and he will not answer that. It's
What's
this.
The question?
The question is this. President Baka is there to rescue us, to take us out of this hole. But when he tried to pull her up, then we use like a crab mentality, pull each other down back into the hole. He comes and pull you out. Then you use the crab mentality, put each other back in the hole. What do you want? If the man is there to rescue you, you must allow him to do his job.
So all what is happening at LRRC, LRA, Commerce, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and all over everywhere, who are those people that are there? Who put them there?
Mr. Soul, let's be serious for once.
It goes to you.
Okay, let me tell you this here. Folks, the number is there, 916-533-2048. If you care to give us a call, please do so. Let me say this to you, Mr.
Who is in charge? Let's be honest here. Who is in charge of
President
this?
Baka is in charge. President Baka is in charge, fully in charge.
So why you want to hold other people responsible?
No, Mr. So let me make my statement. Don't act like you're some kind of lawyer, and I'm not on the witness stand either. So let's have the conversation peacefully tonight. But let me say this to you, Mr. So. Running a government, from my perspective, yeah, because you're giving me too much hard time right now. I'm trying to make sure that okay. But anyway,
Drink some of your juice, you'll be okay.
We'll talk cartel. You can say all you want to say. It don't matter to me. So let me just tell you that. But let me say this, Mr. So. The government of the Republic of Liberia is the government like any other government in the world. Bureaucracy. We know those things. But when you're talking about the president, you guys, for some reason, you seem not to be realistic in your comment, in your commenting section, in the way you approach the issue. You seem to be somehow aloof. You don't want to pay attention to details. Now, you know very well. Okay, we know very well that in Liberia, just like any other country, they are bureaucracy. President Baka came to power, and this is the dishonest, intellectually dishonest part you guys always do. When it comes to the argument, you intellectually displace yourself as though you are not educated, and it's unacceptable because many of you are educated, but when it comes to the subject matter, you pretend to know, then you don't know, and you think you know, and this is unacceptable as well. Mr. So, the government of the Republic of Liberia has, in the executive, they have ministries, and each of the ministers are charged to carry out a specific duty. Now, the process of carrying out these duties from ministry is different from ministry to ministry. They are charged to carry out these duties in these different ministries. Now, when these people are doing certain things,
who people be clear to us?
If these ministers and people in charge, if they are doing, okay, let me take their call here. Samson to Labrador Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Before I finish my
Hi, Mr. Tu and Mr. Su.
Thank you.
I just have a few things on Mr. Tu.
Go ahead.
6 years ago, the strength from president. After 6 years, we have 1 whole year, which makes it 7 years. We are now in the present.
Madam, can you hold on 1 minute? Let me merge this other caller, please. Mr. So, I'm running my show. That's not your show. Madam, let me merge this here. Call in 1 minute. All right, go ahead, madam. Go ahead. And then the caller will come in.
Now we are living in the present. Children are not going to school. We are sitting on the table with our children, negotiating. Then your big brother go to school this semester, then the next semester you will go to school. When we were coming out, our parents never did this to us.
Right.
We got our grandfather, because I can say he's my grandfather, as president of the country that knows everything.
Right.
And he's very smart and you're going to put on top of the man. We agree to that.
Right.
This is time that we really need to speak on the present because it's frustrating, Mr. To. Look, tonight, as we're speaking, the executive, the capital building is surrounded with police people. If possible, they bring military trucks to come back there. Are we fighting war in our country tomorrow? Like that, all the police people there, they are blocking all the roads there because yet they see the former president may be going to the capital building tomorrow. Yet they see they are bringing all the police people out of the police station. They're bringing the military people to the capital building tomorrow just because the horse going to make a route tomorrow if possible. If to say we are fighting war in this country, we need to be very serious, Mr. Because my children in Liberia, my brothers and sisters in Liberia, we still get our neighbors in Liberia. We need to be very focused because the thing that the people are doing in the horse. It's time we need to speak on it. Let's forget about John Wiata. You said John Wiata was the worst president in the world. We agree. Now we got the most smartest person in the world. We need to put fire on his feet to rule this country that we can go back tomorrow and sleep. We're all looking through our window to get Pope, bodyguard in the car on another man country. So yeah, we forget about John Wiata.
Okay.
Then we forget about the other people there. They will focus on the president. United Party King. as the rescuer from the West Nigeria where they do. 1 year ago, we have not seen no sun, no groundbreaking, no electricity going on. Now calling roll for electricity. Peace repressing, the freeze will get left for 2 hours. Nikuta pressing. It's a so can we just be civil?
Okay, let me merge. Hold on, madam, please. Let me merge it.
Don't worry for him because you already support a career.
Okay, hold on.
So
You were saying something about you were saying somebody coming to the back door. What were you saying?
I said the speaker that came through the back door. Don't discuss it for him because he came through back door.
Okay, thank you, madam.
All right,
thank you. Okay, next caller. Let me just take LPR personality here. Caller will come to you. Let Terry make his point, and then we'll come to you just like it. Please bear with us. Terry, go ahead. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Can you make a point, and then we'll go to the next caller, please? Terry, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, Labor.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show and all of that. And I just called in to weigh in on the conversation because I heard, I think my big sister just called, one of the ladies just called to express her concern, concerning people, the hardship in the country, which is true. But she must acknowledge that the same thing that happening right now under JMB was happening under president. We are government. The hardship, people use a string to go to school and all of that. The hardship have been in the country. And also, it is president, we are government that left the country with this kind of hardship, these kind of conditions. Left the country in over 80-some million debts.
Thank you.
All right? And all these kind of things. She talk about people surrounding the Capitol building. So here with all these things that are going on in the country, security get information, the people trying to prevent damage. So the security, it is important for security to take precaution ahead of time. The security going to the Capitol building is for the safety of the state. It's for the safety of the state. It does not mean that something going happen, they're going to do something to Fonati. It's to protect even the Fonati and everybody as one. So, the problem with us is that when you favor somebody, president, we are people, they always feel that like we are supposed to be for president. We are no. Our country now for one person. You were president. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. The Liberian people decided to vote you out. Give President Bokar change, let you lead. Simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Caller, Terry, you can cut it. Okay, caller, thank you very much for your patience, and because of that, we'll give you more time tonight. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Todd. Celebrity on the FPR show.
Thank you.
Mr. Todd, the very first thing I want to say here, they had a parable. It said when the lizard that they take off, whenever that lizard thing with the other lizard, that get long tail, always go there to find the thing. The sedition, the thing, the destruction that they came in our country, they want, to see President Baka in our same position. When now the Department of Police now become a crime. Because we saw that many times during even the CDC time. And I don't think that should be the crime because the police are there to protect life and property. If the police go to the Capitol building, we saw a certain representative stepping on Joe on the camera. So if the people they are not come to one understanding, the Supreme Court waiting for the ruling tomorrow. But if the police leave the play quiet and get the happen that tomorrow, you ask the question again, where were the state police? I don't think that was a crime. And the second thing I want to say here, really tonight, I want to know they're going election. Which side is so really supported? Because for how we best side, we know about side.
Clarence, just hold on 1 minute. Let me merge it, and then you can go on with your question. Just hold on 1 minute, please. All right, Clarence, go ahead so the next caller can come in. Go ahead.
So really tell us the side and getting that he supported during the going election.
Thank you.
Because this time when you say we support, your support, they say you're not sedition. But which side he supported?
Thank you.
So I don't think and the last thing I want to let Mr. Toh is this. The cabinet minister that spoke on OKFM today, you see the They did sell it to the Nigerian, made a Nigerian state. You were in the government. Why you never talk about it? Because when they are suspending you, already you left the government, I think you come in and say, oh, the money is myself, So are you free from it, bro? Thank you, Mr. To.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
One of the strongest supporters here on LPR. Caller, go ahead. Your last in 9. Go ahead. Caller 701 number. Go ahead. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. So.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I will first want to say thank you to Liberian Public Radio family for
Thank you.
allowing us to flex our view on your show. But I think sometimes you guys, especially you,
but you didn't call your name, Rose, sir.
You know the old man from Chicago, that Trocon.
Okay, Trocon, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. The injustice that happened to that country is by allowing Joe Walker to take over the country. It put them quiet for like 9-10 months because some of us wanted to really sit in the back and observe. But it seems that you don't see it at all. Walker will not do better. So we need to really hold your feet hard for you to do better. You don't take leadership, you should blame. Right now, you got you between the seesaw that, I don't know what happened. I've told you before, that woman was in charge of the Unity Party, and he began to insult Manaseli. He acted like he didn't know what was going on at all until he did not come in court. Your boy Jerry said want to defend that. But the man of God will come one day on the show and publicly apologize to like Red Bull for his action. Whether it's not a true leader, he has everything. One day you hear it for yourself. 2 more years from now, you say, okay, what to all these things. Thank you for the show.
Thank you very much. All right, folks, that will bring the. Thank you, Trocon. Trocon, you will be the last on the calling process tonight. We appreciate all of you guys calling. Mr. So, we're going to bring the show to an end. Go ahead.
What? Why are you bringing the show to an end?
Mr. So, I run the show the way I see how.
You see? And that's exactly you are illustrating. The government run the way they feel like doing it without taking into consideration the minds of the current there is. Stop being so ridiculous here. Why he didn't talk? Let me remind you a few historical facts here.
The man ask you a simple question. You're going to talk to my audience as though.
What's the question?
Why are you calling my audience ridiculous? Why can't you use a different tone?
I said, what's the problem?
Huh?
What's how you understand it to be?
He said he asked you a question. What side were you supporting? What side you were on? You said you're not a CDJ.
I do not have a side. I was always on.
But then why are you always accusing us?
It's not a matter of always accusing you. I frown on CDC, things that CDC did. We all talk about it here. But regrettably, you seem to be doing more than what CDC did. And you do not have the guts to speak and frown on these things. And you, with the Terry and all of these people, he too calling here and saying talking another tabata, all sort of excuses that doesn't hold a dip of water. Come on. When you take charge, you're talking about bureaucracy. So let me ask you, were those bureaucracies not in place during the Samuel Doe, the Charles Taylor, Helen Johnson, George Weah? Is that a new scenario you want to tell us here? And you want Samson Tour, please.
Liberal to you.
Okay, liberal. You want to come here, and you put the minister in charge, this and that. So then why would you blame Nathaniel McGee, the Jefferson Koji, then we're talking about? They were there by themselves. Who put them there? And if they are not doing what they should be doing, requires by law, who has the authority to make changes? And you want to come here and give those sort of same old excuse that the bureaucracy that are done there. So George, we have bureaucracy is different from what this is why you have built and created this hub of corruption, massive corruption. Wait and see. I'm just waiting that somebody's supposed to send me from the house some of the things that is happening. Some of the things that is happening that they do not want fanatic Kofa to do. And this president assumed the rule is undercutting himself. I've never seen anything like this. Clarence Davis coming here, why he didn't talk. Oh, you didn't know the history with Jay? Let me take you back as way as in the 80s. Or maybe some of y'all were still young playing marbles around. When Nicholas Portia, you know the story. Nicholas Portia told Samuel Doe, this is not what we came to, this is not what we came for. We are here, we need to pass this transition to what happens. Thanks for the history is huge. What did Samuel Doe and Alhaji G.V. Kroman, what did he do to Kroman? Kroman said democracy is the way, not dictatorship. What becomes of him? You expect the man to say that, and that why I don't know, is that excuse? It's not an excuse. Look at this here. Anthony Kesseley, this guy, my former guy, this is what he wrote about this minister. Grave move, Nyemplu. You now have the moment to be what you crave, whistleblower. You might not be properly placed. I pray you go on to enjoy your heart desire. This is ridiculous. I never saw Willie Givens. Those people, even our honored military, during the military regime. This is the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. Is speaking out, is telling another minister because they're speaking, they're saying out. Those are the people. And then you want to tell, shoot Samson too. Look at this here and tell us in your good conscience, do you expect this coming from this person, Anthony Kesseley of all who were advocate yesterday? And you want to back this president? Should this president keep these kind of people with a sort of condescending, ridiculous way of doing, not even know his responsibility? Samson told, look in the cameras here and be honest with your audience. You are one of those with many others, again, denied Liberians to question these political leaders. All of those people that participate, you were one of those here, very condescending. Alexander Coleman, 1%. You more than Bill Cunningham. And you call me Tucker Carlson. You are more than that because you're so stereotyped, you're so divisive. And then when people call you and your people, you say you get Channing phone because they don't speak your mind. You are not hearing what you're supposed to hear. Listen to all of these multiple callers here tonight. And that is why you want to cut this show off, because it doesn't favor you. Even though it is a show, this is why you want to cut this show off tonight. Liberian people, that's another classical way of this liberal on this network with his folks to disadvantage you, to disproportionate information sharing. But we'll be here at all times to put them in record. I am hurt because the directions of my country. I'm not looking at George. We are a George. We are a people did wrong. You are in charge of government. You have the judiciary process on your toe. Call these people, prosecute them. Law, 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 law. Economic war crime code. These are, where are we today? Where are we? To walk back, and you want to come here to defend the indefensible. You should be ashamed of yourself. Good to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
It was a great show.
Thank you, Mr. So. Look, again, let me try my best to disabuse you before we close this program tonight.
Yeah, the show closed already.
Mr. So, it's my show. I can stay here for another 2
you want to
hours.
start the show again?
I can stay here for another 2 hours if I want. I'm sure. But no, let me just say that on a very serious note, Mr. So. Why we tend to disagree on many of the things, yeah, there are some stuff that are going on that some of us don't agree with.
What are those stuff? Tell us.
Mr. So, that's I'm not on a witness stand. But the difference between us and you guys is that when it's happening, we will be able to speak our mind. When a good thing happens, we speak our mind as well. Mr. So, you keep making this reference to why aren't you prosecuting now? The war crime court is on court to be established.
Please.
Mr. So, you can say please or whatever. I'm not, look, let me say again. You are entitled, Mr. So the liberal is on the floor.
Alleged corruption cases.
Mr.
Right
So
on
the
deck.
liberal is
What has
on the
happened
floor.
to it?
You're not. Your time is over. Why you want to manipulate this show here? For what? Because you think you're sedition, you know how to talk. You're not a people that can talk. We can talk too. So please keep in check.
Okay.
Let me say this here. The war crime code is on course. The access recovery team. We're waiting for the ruling. We are respecting the rule of law. The Supreme Court, after the Supreme Court rule on that, we will pick it up again. Mr. So, the president came in and said those who are responsible for the corrupt behavior will be prosecuted. Here's the thing you need to know, Mr. So. The president is not in a habit to wish hunt. The president is not in a habit to wish hunt. The president is here to make sure if the government is coming after you, that indeed there are evidence and that the court system will decide your fate, not the government of the Republic of Liberia under the leadership of President Joseph Boakai to pick and choose who will be the winner. But for some reason, as I stated earlier, many of you Seditians are very intelligent, highly educated. But for some reason, when it comes to President Boakai, a discussion about President Boakai, you seem to have some sort of a backward thinking.
Because you've been very dishonest.
Mr. So will you please let me make my statement? You characterizing me in that way will not solve your problem.
I don't have a problem.
We're not going anywhere. You cannot force us off of this platform. We are here to make the case to the Liberian people. And we will do so sincerely. You can talk behind your back, you can talk on me, or whatever you want to say, that's your business. But I will say this. Let me just tell you. President Boakai, he is not taking backseat to nobody. He's a leader of the country. He has a country to run. He's not going to run his country on LPR.
You know what I said?
No. Let me wait, Mr. Sir. Will you please let me make my point? You see, when I make some point, when I give it to you, then you instantly, like you call yourself Israeli, then you rather push back right away. That's not how it does. That's not how it goes. You talk, and I talk, and you talk, I talk. Now, President Boakai, as I stated, he's not going to run his government through the social media. You need to understand that. President Boakai is a responsible man. He's not here for jealous making and dancing and football, no. So this is why you guys cannot recognize and you refuse to accept that now we have a responsible person in the leadership. Now, do you think that everything that goes on in this government is all happy and things like that? No. We are quite aware of it. But the difference between us and you guys is that we criticize when we see it wrong. The president is quite aware. You talk about commerce ministry. When the incident happened, the young man resigned. The president is on the roll to make sure things happen correctly in that country. And I'm not going to hide myself here. I support this president, and I will continue to support this president, Mr. So. What I don't agree with is those who calling themselves Unity Party members. Unity Party is not Liberia. And they cannot come out here in the name of the government as member of the parties to try to ruin what this president is trying to do. We will point that out. And that's what I said from the beginning of the show for over an hour and a half, telling Rachel Cohn how ridiculous he was. Because he's a member of the Unity Party, and therefore he thinks the president and everybody else is going to back him on this. Far from it. Mr. So, I don't know, you can call him old man. I say president. You can call him whatever.
I said the president is backing him.
Okay. Well, that's Mr. So, will you please, your time is over. Do you understand this? Or do I have to come and speak the Seditian language?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know Seditian language because I'm not a Seditian. So maybe you will have to teach me how to speak CDC language. So
Speak
you
crowd.
get it.
Speak crowd.
No, crown that, that's CDC. That crew, that's CDC. Crown that, that Tabata crown people are doing, throwing all their vote behind one person. You think that what happening again? No, we're done with that. But let me just say this to you, Mr. So. Let me just say this to you. The days of a president waiting until Sunday for us to hear from him, those days are over. The day of a government having sanctioned member in top government official position, those days are over. Mr. So, President Baka is here to rescue. And indeed, he will rescue. So the issue of the police, my man, we're not talking football business, man. That football, I'll just take your call. But that football business we're on here tonight. This is a very serious business. What on your mind?
You know what happened, Mr. So? How you doing, Mr. So?
Thank you.
Mr. Soldier looking at you. I mean, you are telling somebody just that it sounded so ridiculous. I don't want to use that word, saying that how you sounded, but play the tape back when you finish. Because you're not making no point. You're not making no point for President Baka. President Baka is some of the same things you're complaining about on your platform. That's the same thing President Baka doing. He's muted to everything. He don't say nothing. You're talking about war crime code. Mr. So just told you over 350 sober corruption cases in front of him. Every day he launches investigation. Every day he launches the investigation people printing on his desk. You can't even see it when you go in your office.
The only suspension government we have now.
You can't read it. So I mean nothing. So nothing he's saying tonight about President Baka. I just said here, I'm just laughing. I just decided to call. Thank you for the show.
I'm not even going to respond to you, sir.
Because you don't have an answer.
Mr. So, the Libra is on the floor. Your time is over. You got
so I will not talk again?
No. You finished rapping. You're rapping now. You're done. You're done for the night. You're just here now as a spectator listening to me. Let me close my show.
Okay.
So, the point, Aaron Rapper, you people got nothing on us. You got nothing on President Baka. You can say all you want to say. You'll say all you want to. You got nothing. President Baka will rescue no matter what. President
I'm getting a developing news.
What is a developing news? Huh?
What is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think this night,
that is developing, Mr. So let me finish. That is developing news you're talking about. Look, folks. You guys can accuse me of not being serious or being ridiculous. Ridiculousness is my name anyway. I don't care. You, Aaron Brother, next time you call me ridiculous, I will accept it. I'm very happy to be the ridiculous. But I will be frank with you. Hold on, Mr. So let me say this, and then I will let you wrap it up now. Let me just say this here. Look, when we come here to talk about Liberia, we're sincere. We're not trying to hide or anything. What we will not allow you guys to do is to come here, first of all, asking us to be regretful of our action. We will not do that. The second thing you need to understand is that you are not entitled to your own facts. And the facts are there for everybody to see. You know, but one thing about your sedition, you think you're the only educated people in the room. You think you know everything. So this is the kind of stuff. First of all, while we're holding our government feet to the fire, we will also help to disabuse you guys and tell you that you are not in any position whatsoever to criticize anybody. Of course, you are Liberian, you're entitled to. But you cannot criticize and then bring in President Weah's name in your line of criticism. That is the height of hypocrisy. I'm not taking the other one here. I tell you lying. Let me, Mr. So, let me take Telly Lion. Come into all kind of Tabata again. Telly Lion, go ahead. What's on your mind? Make it brief. Make it brief.
Oh. Okay, I'll make it brief. Mr. Tobe, people love you. You don't know that a lot of people that regard you and having love for you. But you see, you continue to go to that, continue such a path that is not conducive for you, really. We are concerned.
Yeah. That are you the same lion who told me I'm from the southeast? Why am I supporting somebody from Lofa County?
Your behavior trying to support Baka by all costs. It's making me to ask whether you are some of the crown people who connected with the better Yara forest. I don't know. You got
Yeah, man. Okay.
One of the, people having likeness for you, but you cannot put your integrity on the line continuously. You just admit that nobody gonna push you to admit to your wrongdoing. You guys are failed, and you can't continue to support this government. The government is too, contaminated.
Okay. You know plenty book. You know plenty book. That one thing I love about your Southeastern. When you know small book, they are coming contaminated. Those that you what the chemical makeup of the contamination that we fall in out. Lion, thank you very much, Lion. Thank you very much tonight.
So you cutting off?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye bye.
You cutting off?
The man coming to tell me say they are contaminated. What you know about chemical? He coming to tell me say people contaminated. Mr. So let me finish my statement, and then you can bring it up, folks. Again, Samson told La Bropa. So when we come here on a very serious note, and we discuss what we believe to be the facts. You don't own facts. Fact is very stubborn. Go up and count down. Fight will stand by itself. Mr. So closer for us.
So I think some of the colors and what Liberian people want, they look up to us as facilitators of these programs, different conversation. It's just to be honest, nothing wrong of picking a side. But what is wrong is to look something that is white and you say is black, and you can't tell us the chemical combination that you alone seeing that color. And so it's not about yourself. Don't be too bitter. When the people are speaking, they are speaking to their leader. You're not the president. And for you to come here, or somebody put a minister, these were the same excuses we got from the last administration. And it was our hope that all of these things will be changed around. Here we are going much deeper and deeper and deeper. And for you to come out here and many cannot even acknowledge these wrongs that are going on a daily basis, massive corruption, lack of leadership that has been shown so far, 300 cases, and no one is being held accountable. Only we have government or suspension. People suspended, nothing is suspended, and that's it. So then, where are we as a people, as a nation? Then who will be accountable?
Thank you.
Think about it. You are a decent guy, and I know what it means when somebody say, I support this person here, how they feel within yourself, but it's not about you. We are talking about a sovereign nation. So do not allow your blood pressure to go out because somebody is speaking their mind. Do not cut people off. Do not continue to create artificial phone line. Your battery going off when you know the battery is not going off. That's being media being a resistant force because you do not want voices to be heard. And that's not what we should be doing as facilitator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. So. Thank you very much for the show tonight. That's the voice of Mr. Francis So, CEO of LPR, who happen to be my nemesis on this show. We don't get along. He come out with these ridiculous statement. But yet still, he's entitled to it, my brothers and sisters. He's entitled to it. What he's not entitled to are the facts. And the facts are there for all to view and see. And then you can analyze the facts yourself. Don't take it just from me. Don't take it from him alone. View it. Make your own judgment. Aaron Brother coming out here don't even know what to say.
Oh, you come back to
breakable power coming out here don't even know what to say. And so these people are sedition, terrorizing sedition, as I call them. But tonight it's not about them, my brothers and sisters. This is about the country. And what I stated about Richard Cohn, I believe in that. Richard Cohn has ruined himself. Richard Cohn has put himself in a position where it will be difficult to be redeemed. But they don't want me to talk about that. They don't want me to separate the president from the bad deeds of the others. They want me to tie, Mr. So, you're done. I'm closing. They want me to tie Richard Cohn to the president. I can't do that. I'm a faithful person.
Wow.
Because there's no truth to it. There's no truth to it. There's no truth to it. And so I can't sit here in good conscience.
Who provided in that GMC?
Mr. So, let me make my comment. I can't sit here in good conscience and try to tie the president to it. Now, many of you would disagree with me, but that's what we do here on LPR. Mr. So, thank you very much. And then last comment before we close?
No, it was a good conversation. I would just say, take it easy. We are talking about a sovereign nation. Diversity is in today's democracy is very key, is very cardinal. And this is why we decided to be an independent voice. Where
is your, put your left hand on, let's see.
No, I don't boycotting. The boycotting can put boycotting put left. That you want put left hand up. Look at him. You know who want to be that hand that want to sign dubious concession and do bad things. You know, God is patient because there are some hands there when people raise their yes or slap it, put a hand down.
Thank you, Mr. So. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Good night to you as well. All right. Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning in to LeBron Public Radio. Yes, I am still supporting Flanty Kofa. There's no question. Brigable. Okay. So again, we want to thank all of you for tuning in and sharing this show tonight. When we come here, sometimes we put joke and stuff like that into the conversation. It's a long night. But for you guys to even come and watch us and make comment, it's a sign of respect. You can disagree with us. But many of you who disagree with me tonight didn't insult me. Many of you who disagree with me tonight did not ridicule my comments. That's the form of respect. And in return, we also respect you. We will call you terrorizing sedition, but we still respect you. So please, when we come back again tomorrow, we ask that you join us so we can have a conversation. The more we talk, the better the country is. Let's continue to pray for the country, because quite frankly, what I heard and what I read today from the chief of staff does not boast well with me. With that, let's continue to pray for one another. And I'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio.
Ateito, la lukio na tia Kinshasa bobimba mama e